Welcome into the Lakers Report. I am Tom Downey. Here's what's coming up on today's show. We've got the latest on D'Angelo Russell and if he'll be back in L.A. during NBA free agency. Austin Reaves updates, who, not to give the whole show away, but I feel pretty good he ends up back with the Lakers. Updates on Rui Hachimura, what he's going to do during the FIBA World Cup and potentially re-signing in L.A. And LeBron James's plans, not for retirement so much, but that's included, but if he'll influence what the Lakers do this offseason. But first, we are very close to 51,000 subscribers. Let's get there. We're 188 away. NBA free agency is here. We're going to have you guys covered. Hit that sub button for more free videos right now. We begin with the latest on D'Angelo Russell. The Lakers are expected to re-sign him, according to the LA Times. It also tracks what a report from The Athletic was recently. Look, D'Lo had his moments with the Lakers. I've always been a fan of his game because I don't care about defense. I want scoring. He also had moments where he didn't score very well and made me look pretty good. The Lakers do have his bird rights, which is part of the NBA's very weird, and I would sometimes argue very dumb, salary cap and contract situation. But basically, you can go over the salary cap to retain him, which makes it easier to just re-sign D'Angelo Russell or try to find a sign-and-trade, as opposed to, like in the NFL, letting him leave and then signing somebody else in free agency. Here's what Dan Woke of the LA Times wrote. When league insiders speak about next year's team, D'Angelo Russell is usually included. He'll hit unrestricted free agency after a disappointing conference finals, but his value to Lakers extends beyond the team having his bird rights. He had enough big moments in the postseason and in the push to the playoffs when he wasn't finding injuries for the team to re-sign him. D'Lo was up and down, which kind of describes much of his NBA career, as far as I'm concerned. 13.3 points per game, only 31% from deep on three-point shots, which was really disappointing. This, of course, in the playoffs this past year, where he had some good series and some not-so-good series. His numbers dipped from what he did in the regular season with both the Timberwolves and the Lakers to what he did in the postseason. He wasn't as big of a factor as a shooter. I think there was some frustration of him going to the bench, but he had to go to the bench. Like, that was the right move by the LA coaching staff. The points per game have dipped each year. The usage has also dipped, so that does make some sense. He's actually more efficient this year as a shooter. I understand the concerns around D'Angelo Russell, the defense, the inconsistencies, the streakiness to his game. I also don't see how Lakers could get a better option right now at point guard than to ride with D'Lo. So what would you do when it comes to Russell? Would you keep him? This is going to be today's pinned comment. So if an ad plays here on YouTube, ignore the ad. Nobody cares. And go vote. Why for yes, you'd keep Russell, and for no, you would not. Don't think there's the same potential disagreement over Austin Reaves. Now, Marc Stein reports that the Lakers are going to keep Austin Reaves. He called him a lock to retain him. He also mentioned that the Rockets will likely end up making a push for Austin Reaves, which I do think will happen. I think it is basically a guarantee you will see Austin Reaves sign an offer sheet with somebody else, because that's the way the contracts are set up. The Lakers, the max they can offer him is a 4-year, $51 million deal. But because of the weird NBA contracts for RFAs and the poison pill side of it, basically, the Lakers can match other offers, which maxed out at about 4 years, $98 million. There's some rounding involved with both of those numbers. But what will probably happen is Reaves goes to a different team, Houston, Sacramento, whatever. Somebody probably steps up to play nice with agents and whatnot and offer Austin Reaves a bit more money, and the Lakers inevitably match. Probably not the full $498. Maybe it's more like $480 or $475. Here's what Marc Stein writes, though. The Lakers, league sources say, are a lock to match any offer on Reaves, even if someone signs Reaves to the maximum allowable offer sheet worth nearly $100 million over 4 years. I expect Austin Reaves to be back as a member of the Lakers this upcoming season. He played a very big role. He's a perfect fit alongside LeBron James. He can do some ball handling stuff for you, but most importantly, he's a shooter. And the Lakers have finally learned you surround shooters with LeBron James. That's the best path for them moving forward. He was stupid good from the playoffs, by the way. 44% on his three-pointers. Unbelievable rate there. That number will probably dip a little bit in the regular season again, but 17 points per game, over 4.5 assists. He was really awesome. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. I think he is going to stick with the Lakers. He'll get a bigger offer, but you pay him, and you're happy with what you've gotten so far, which should get next season. So what is the percent chance that you think the Lakers end up keeping Austin Reaves? You can say 100 if you want. I think it's closer to 100 than it is something lower, so go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section. My answer, by the way, I'm going to go with about 99.9%. Austin Reaves ends up back with the Lakers. I'll give myself the 0.1% out, but I don't think he's going anywhere else. I fully expect Austin Reaves to be back as a member of the Lakers organization for the long term, which is the right decision for all parties involved. Another right decision is you buying this Lakers t-shirt combo pack right now. 40% off at chatsports.com/Lakers combo. You basically get 2 shirts for the price of 1. It's the best deal Fanatics offers. Long sleeve, short sleeve. Get yours today. Links in the comments section and the description. It's chatsports.com/Lakers combo. Rui Hachimura, next up here. Multiple reports saying that the Lakers also plan to keep Rui. I was really happy the Lakers got him because the Wizards don't know how to run an organization and develop players. At least they haven't so far. He goes to L.A., suddenly plays a lot better. Who amongst us could have seen that happening, right? He's a long-term piece for L.A. He can be a starter or a six-man, whatever role they end up settling on for him, or maybe even a rotation from that perspective. Also worth noting, he announced he will not be playing for Japan at the FIBA World Cup. Instead, he will choose to focus on the NBA, which is the right decision. In the playoffs last year, good numbers. Can maybe get a bit more volume potentially, but you got Reaves and LeBron and AD, and D'Lo's going to get his shots up because that's how he plays basketball. As a nice rotation piece, Hachimura has been really good for LA. I think that was a strong trade. Definitely a player you want to keep. He will not cost nearly as much as Austin Reaves will, but I do think LA will find a way to keep him in the fold for the upcoming season. So in conclusion, I think Reaves is back. I think D'Lo's back. I think Hachimura's back. And I think if you can add another piece or two somehow, which we'll spend time on future videos, I promise you, it does allow LA to once again be among the Western Conference favorites and contenders. They were the 7 seed, whatever, play-in, etc. They made a great run. I think they'll make some noise again this year, especially if LeBron James can stay healthy. Speaking of LeBron, sounds like he will not be advocating for players heavily in free agency this offseason. It's the report coming out from Marc Medina that he's not going to be involved too much there. He's going to play out his contract, which is also worth mentioning. There was the day of like, LeBron might retire, and then it all kind of went away, and we're like, yeah, he's going to play because he wants at least a chance to play with or even against Bronny, his son, in the NBA. But here's what Marc Medina, writing for Sports Not, wrote. Unlike during part of his time with the Lakers, however, James does not plan to advocate for any specific free agent signings or trades, according to a person familiar with his thinking. James also plans to fulfill the remainder of his 2-year, $97 million contract and remain proactive with maximizing his health entering his 21st NBA season. That tells me the Kyrie Irving storyline is probably not going to happen. I think he ends up back with the Mavs anyway, but I think that one's kind of dead on arrival. So as things mostly currently sit with the Lakers roster, LeBron, D'Lo, assuming he's back, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, they'll probably bring back Jared Vanderbilt as well. I will make note of that one there. They've added Jalen Hood-Schifino. They got guys like Max Christie. Mo Bamba, Malik Beasley are under contract. Those deals aren't really fully guaranteed, so there might be some creativity involved with what ends up happening there. Maybe a trade out ends up happening. Dennis Schroeder is a free agent, by the way, but we'll throw him on there since I think there's a decent chance he just chooses to stick around with L.A. I know there was the report of the Lakers drafted Jalen Hood-Schifino because they might lose Austin Reaves. Yeah, I think that was maybe more insurance against Dennis Schroeder and also have some more young guards on that roster. In the end, I kind of trust this Lakers front office. They didn't handle things great at the beginning. They've bounced back, especially that trade deadline moves were really impressive there. If you believe in this Lakers front office, type me in the comment section right now.